And if your implicit childhood memories are not a match for whatever those spells are, there's no amount of magic that can override those childhood memories and your own brain chemistry. All right, and then the third one for today is an anonymous question I received by email. So this person says, growing up, I was left alone most of the time, and TV became my friend. I used to pretty much watch whatever I wanted, and I became fascinated with horror movies. One of my favorite programs to watch was Charmed, which was about witches. Do you think watching scary or emotionally heavy programs as a child would have any effect on you as an adult? This also leads to my next question, which is about witchcraft. I live in a country where people believe in this and practice it. What are your thoughts that somebody's life could be in such turmoil because of spells or witchcraft done on them? As many people in my country consult with witch doctors who then give them potions or rituals to remedy this. Further, what is your opinion on using magic to better your life? Thank you in advance. So thank you for these questions. They're very, really good questions. And I'll answer the first one first. So absolutely, watching movies and television programs as a child absolutely can affect you as an adult because they contribute to your self-image and worldview, just like any other experience. So bearing in mind that even though the conscious mind knows that what you're watching isn't real, the unconscious part of your brain doesn't know that. So that's why you still feel the feelings while you're watching, even though it's not real. And just like other experiences, how you experience what you're watching in the movie or the TV show will be determined by the existing references from other experiences in your life. So there's going to be a difference between a child who is already experiencing feeling unsafe, unloved, or lacking in some other way. That child watching a scary movie will have a different experience to a child who already feels safe and secure at home and is getting everything they need in the way of affection and support and security from their parents. That child watching the same movie, those two children will have a different inner experience and it'll affect them differently as adults. So just like all experiences, as the brain is registering what we're seeing in the movie, it's referring to previous childhood references for what it means and therefore what chemicals to produce and whether or not to add this new information to long-term storage as part of our self-image and worldview. And I worked with a client a few years ago who she couldn't use her imagination. She wasn't visual. And she really wanted to be visual. She wanted to be creative and be able to imagine things visually, but she just couldn't. And we traced the references back to when she was little and she would watch scary movies with her older sister. And her sister would cover her eyes as they watched the scariest bits. So the combination of her particular references from childhood experiences resulted in her brain learning not to see. It was dangerous to look. So she couldn't imagine, she couldn't be visual. Then once we changed those memories, she was able to be visual in her imagination and it was no longer dangerous to see. So definitely change those memories. And I would put in a stepping stone of watching those movies and TV shows, The Charmed and anything else, with your parents. So put your mum and dad either side of you, cuddling you and reassuring you, and you're all enjoying the thrill and the excitement of what you're watching together, with that feeling of being safe with your parents and that connection. Then, so establish that stepping stone. And then the final memory is replace any of the upsetting or scary scenes in those movies and TV shows with funny ones. So put in some scenes that you would find hilarious and create those memories of you and your parents crying with laughter at what you're watching. So again, you're the three of you together. So it's still strong, intense emotion, but it's laughter instead of fear. So I hope that helps. And now for the second question, which was, what are your thoughts that somebody's life could be in such turmoil because of spells or witchcraft done on them, as many people in my country consult witch doctors who then give them potions or rituals to remedy this? And can you use magic to change your life? Okay, good one. So I know that there are certain points throughout my life. I remember my family also believed in curses. So they believed, I remember my grandmother and my mother talking about that our family had been cursed, and that explained why they seemed to never be able to achieve success despite all the work and the efforts. And I know that they went to witch doctors as well, and psychics and that kind of thing. And so there was this thing of it's some kind of generational curse. When I discovered the neuroscience and information about unconscious childhood references, that was a much more tangible and believable explanation for those invisible blocks and the apparent curses. It feels the same. It feels like there's something, it's got to be something supernatural, because it doesn't make any sense. But then when you know what's going on in the brain, it does make sense. So now, of course, I've been able to have proved that by changing the pattern of being cursed, by changing my implicit childhood memories. So I'm no longer cursed. Of course, different people believe different things, and I don't believe that anything outside of us, curses or magic or anything else, whether they exist or not, I don't believe they can override what we do inside ourselves. So even if it is a thing, even if there is that kind of stuff, I don't believe it's strong enough to override the physical world and our physiology. So in other words, let's say it's possible to use witchcraft and spells and that to curse people. And let's say someone does that to you or to me. Whatever it is won't be strong enough anyway to override our own physiology. And anyone who's tried to use energy or energetic modalities to make changes to any part of the physical universe will have realized it's not that easy. It takes cooperation. You can't just make things change without input, so physical input. So it's only if I join in with that, the idea of that curse, or if my implicit childhood memories are in alignment with whatever that curse is, that I'll be able to experience it. So, of course, you'll have noticed that there are plenty of people in the world who anger and upset others, and who may even have had people use witchcraft and magic to curse them, but who carry on happily anyway. So whether magic and witchcraft are real or not, whether someone uses them or not, only you can affect your own biology. And if your implicit childhood memories are not a match for whatever those spells are, there's no amount of magic that can override those childhood memories and your own brain chemistry. However, where magic can have an effect, and a positive one, is within your own brain. So because the unconscious part of your brain can't use logic or reason and can't judge something as unrealistic, you can create all kinds of wonderful magical powers in your childhood. And that part of your brain will believe that that's true, just like it believes the bad stuff from the movies and TV shows is true. So you can use that to your advantage to empower yourself. So I hope that answers your question on that. But of course, let me know if you need more information or more clarification on any of that. All right, everybody. I think that's it for this week. So thank you so much to all those who asked questions. Thank you for being in the room. Those that are here, it's lovely to see you. And I will see you next time. Lots of love. All the best. Bye-bye.